digging out of a mess.
Ooh.
Both for the city of Toronto and the Maple Leafs from this past weekend. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo, and Jaja Ethan Gabor. This is our Leaf Hour edition. We are live on Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 590, The Fan in Toronto, shovels and all. Streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. And if you miss our show, also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, where the chats are nonstop. We talked about a homestand. We needed for the Leafs to go on a good run to get the city back on board. So far, it hasn't happened. I don't know if an hour is going to be enough. This particular stretch for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm not sure if an hour is going to be enough, but let's give it a try on our Leaf Hour edition. Overall thoughts on the team, particular individuals. JB, you go first, my friend.
You know, going into this stretch, I think a lot of the previous road trip there was the 4 games where we were like, okay, they need to get X amount of points, right? They got 5 of 8, I think, of those points, because we saw this coming. We saw a couple of games coming that were going to be very challenging. And, you know, all you could hope was much like the first 2 times, or the first time they saw Vegas and the first time they saw Colorado, they brought it and they overachieved and they surprised us. I would say that they did the opposite of that in those 2 games, and they completely did not bring it, underachieved, and peed down their leg.
Sammy, Vegas or Colorado, bigger disappointment?
Kyper, I don't really know.
But you don't give me that. I got an hour to burn here.
I'd be lying to you if I told you that I didn't prepare something to get my thoughts out. I don't know if I want to do this now or whatever.
No, take the hour off.
But listen.
No,
Kip, let me stop you.
Like I literally
he's written a psychopath's manifesto. He has written notes today.
Like I took my Leafs Talk book that you'll see here if you're looking on YouTube.
But that's the same one I had in grade 9, by the way.
Yeah, and I wrote some things.
Buddy, do I just sit back and get a coffee?
Yeah.
You want to start?
Well, let's
small
get
picture
Kip
or low
first.
picture?
Let's get Kip's take first, and then we're going to get to your manifesto.
Oh gosh.
We need you to weigh in before Sam just goes for 20 minutes.
I'm not going to go 20 minutes.
Because I know where he's going, and I'm probably going to weigh in after the first sentence.
So,
okay.
Here's we'll start with Friday night in the manifesto, okay?
Okay.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs fans gave in and cheered for Marner that you didn't show up for, on or off the ice. Just another game, they said, while the Night Stars treated it like it was a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. A Stanley Cup, which their Stars have actually won. The 34 doesn't address the media the whole day and refers to the embarrassment the next day as fun. But it wasn't at practice. It was at an off-the-ice workout because practice was canceled. So that's my first sentence of my first paragraph of my manifesto.
Do you want in on that?
What was fun for the captain Friday night?
Do you have the quote? Do we get it?
I don't know.
We do have it.
Well, let's listen to Austin talk about getting his lunch money stolen from him and stuffed in a locker.
It's the top clip there. I just put it in there.
What was it like last night in the building, just playing in that atmosphere?
Yeah, it was fun. Obviously, you kind of knew going into it was going to be, pretty loud and all that stuff. So it's always fun to play in environments like that.
Happy Mitch got some cheers along with the booze with that video tribute?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what you expected. It was nice that, there were some cheers for him during the video tribute and all that stuff. I think it was, kind of done the right way, and that there's going to be the booze when he's on the ice and has the puck and all that stuff like that. I think it's pretty expected. You've kind of seen it with other guys who have been in similar situations and stuff like that. So, I thought it was a good atmosphere. It was fun.
I just don't know how you go from I've had enough of the Marner questions, and if you're going to play that angle or that card or that attitude, then see it through. I don't know how you go from I've had enough of it to it was fun.
It was a good atmosphere. It was fun.
I don't know where you get fun.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not sure about that. Like I didn't think he played terribly this weekend or anything, but it's this sort of stuff that was frustrating. That was, Sam, I know you guys went in on it pretty good. You're real bothered by it.
I think that one of the things that jumped out to me, and part of my manifesto that I wrote down, is that oftentimes we've talked about Marner and Matthews and this whole core, and Kyper, and you're not the only person that thinks this, that Marner is the only guy that's taken the most of the brunt, okay? And what I saw on that Friday night was Mitch Marner playing on a team with stars who were there to pick him up, where he's playing with guys that are Mark Stone.
No, he had stars here too.
Well, no, but he had Mark Stone. These guys have won. Mark Stone, who was the best player on the ice.
Now we're less in talent and more on character.
Sure, fair enough. He was unbelievable Friday night. Treating that game, you see the way he's celebrating goals, the way that they treated that team. You see Keegan Colasar ripping down the sellout jersey on the way in. You see Jack Eichel scoring a goal, giving it to the fans. Marner never had, he was a big part of the failures here in the playoffs, but he was never picked up by anybody. So it was all this collective loss, and they never had any, and they're just standing there watching it on Friday night. I'm like, that's what it looks like when your teammates are character guys and winners and win for you and have big moments. Like, you can go place. It doesn't all have to be on one guy, but all four of them can't be the same at the same time. Mm-hmm. And it just jumped out to me watching it. That was my biggest
What have you been watching the last 5 or 6 years?
Well, Marner's been on the team.
And now you've discovered this?
Well, Marner was on the team. He was brutal on Friday. He didn't have the talk. He didn't do anything.
Listen,
and he didn't have to do anything because these guys
brutal.
He was brutal. He didn't do anything.
Gosh. Okay.
He was zeros across the board.
Your team won. Your team won. Yeah. He played 20 minutes. He couldn't have been brutal. Stop it. Just stop it. Okay? You don't need 3 points.
I'm on your side here, Kevin.
I know you are. But I think that type of attitude is just it breeds to the fact that they didn't like Marner, right? A lot of people didn't like Marner. Yeah. I'm really proud of the rink Friday night. For
we disagree on that.
Okay, no, I'm. That's the right thing to do. Okay, be classy about it and acknowledge what he did in the video, and then boom, the rest of the game, because he's not one of them anymore. I get it. It was perfect, Sam.
Okay.
But they did the right thing at the right time.
I disagree. That wasn't what I was talking about at all. I don't want to crap on the fans, and I've already done it enough. I'm not here to do that. I'm just saying, from a team perspective, it's not something that Marner ever had here. But other guys to pick him up.
They haven't had it ever.
Well, yeah, but I never watched it on another team, Kip, is my point. That I watch it with these character guys.
But you don't have to watch it on another team. You just have to know it's not there for them. Yeah. And there's a Berube quote here. Yeah. And I don't know where it is, so I'll just say that he talked about lack of excitement, right? Mm-hmm. And how you got to cheer for one another on the bench. Mm-hmm. Did you clip it?
What game was that one from?
Was that about the bench being quiet?
Yes.
Yeah, clip 9.
Thank you.
Chatter.
What's the chatter on the bench like when you get down?
It depends on the game. It depends on the time and the game. In different situations, it changes, throughout the year. Right now it's quiet. And that's not going to help. You gotta cheer for your teammate. You gotta have energy no matter what situation. You talk about confidence. That's going to create confidence for your team too. So,
okay, just stop at everything except you got to cheer for your teammates. Okay, who says that about his team when that isn't an automatic? Mm-hmm. Win, lose, time of the game, clock, situations, don't care. Mm-hmm. Not cheering for your teammate is non-negotiable. The moment I feel like you're not cheering for your teammate, you're not a teammate anymore. Mm-hmm. I want you off this team. That is absurd to sit there and say, I've got guys that don't cheer for each other. Mm-hmm. I watch Austin. I can't believe how many times he goes back to the bench and pulls a friggin' iPad out to look at what happened. Can you just get on the bench, talk to teammates, and help one another out, and stop worrying about what you did or didn't do on a particular play to score a goal? Can you see a big picture here? Burying your head in an iPad every time you come off the ice speaks to the I don't have time to cheer for anyone else on.
You know, I don't know if this is a Austin conversation or not, because I do feel like that's just what guys do know.
He watched Vegas cheer for Marner, and they picked him up. And no, he didn't have a great game. Okay, it wasn't a great game, but to Sam's point, he had a great support group there going, this is important to us. This means something for us.
You know, I'm torn on one particular aspect of that. And one is that Vegas is a better team than the Leafs. They got better players, and the Leafs are without Willie, and they win going away in that game. And so we tend to make losses personal and moral and about character when it's like, that team won. It's easy to look upbeat, whatever.
You can still look like you give a crap.
I understand that.
When you lose,
I get
and
it.
You're outplayed or you're out-talented.
I get it. But I do think that we tend to ascribe, these guys look down, whatever. And it's like, they're getting their asses handed to them. That tends to happen. The next facet of that, though, is that I think, you know, when you go somewhere where you're supported, like you're talking about with Mitch, when Phil Kessel goes and wins a cup with Pittsburgh, and Mitch, is a part of a team where you're supported, it does bring up the idea and make you more aware of, Mitch, Austin, Willie. I don't even know if you want to include Tavares in that. They have talent. They are Kessel. They are those sort of guys that are these elite skilled guys, but they haven't had that. They don't have that sort of captain-like guy. And that's why they're not sure. Is it John? Is it should it go to Morgan? They haven't had that. And captains in leadership are so important. And so the Leafs are at a point now where their coach has to also be their captain. And when your coach is your captain, you got no chance.
Buddy, his face shouldn't be the only one that looks like that.
His face is so bad.
It's a real smear on the
Can he have
weekend.
one player have a face that looks
Jake
like
McCabe
that?
Always looks like that.
Jake McCabe looks like he gets shot with a Tommy gun.
You might need a second guy because you got one all the time.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
But it is a limited amount. Carry on, manifesto.
All right. In the midst of getting skated off the ice in the middle of the worst snowstorm in the city's history, with a surprisingly big crowd, one of your stars who's sitting in the press box decides to flip off the camera, starting a national broadcast, dialogue on how immature the Leafs are. So that's the next point in the manifesto.
So we're on a group chat, and I didn't even respond to your I don't know what you did. He just do that? I don't know. You sent something, right? And
I saw it live and texted you guys. I'm like, he just flipped the bird to the broadcast.
I'm watching it, and it's like watching. In all honesty, I'm watching Chris Tanev have an ice cream cone that reminded me of the one I always got when I was like 8 years old off the guy on the cycle. It's a Sluggo sugar cone with the hard chocolate, and I'm like,
look good.
It looked really good. Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic Shoresy too. I don't know if you haven't watched. These sticks are unbelievable, but after every game, the drumsticks, they all go, these sticks are unbelievable.
The Sluggo.
But they had those in the press box. I mean, not to bury my sports media brethren, but it's a knife fight to get to the freezer in time to get
and that's
everyone's
all,
like, ah!
That's all I was thinking until I'm like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Did he really do that?
I couldn't believe it.
So I think there's two directions to go with this, and I already have a feeling which way you'll go. And I'm on both sides.
Me too. I hate to say it, but me too.
The one side of it is like,
What's the big
I
deal,
just
really?
cannot fathom caring about this. Like, I can't. There's two articles about it in The Athletic. I can't fathom caring about it. However, there's the other part of me that's like, it is indicative of a thing that, like, Lou Lamoriello, it wouldn't happen on his team. It would have stopped at the tank top and the feet up, and we'd never have got to the point where a guy flips a bird at the camera. So I'm like, I don't care. I actually don't care. But it doesn't say nothing.
I don't care.
I want to not care.
I know.
I desperately want to sit here and be with my
Why
Leaf
do
fan.
you not want to care?
Because I see everybody making such a huge deal of it, and articles and think pieces and all this stuff.
Buddy,
And-
on national broadcast, you got Biz making much more offensive jokes than anything
like-
than a little bird.
And there's like talking about the league gonna get involved.
Biz is not helping a Leaf fan trying to win a Stanley Cup. Biz is going after clicks. I get that. That's his job.
Yeah.
Attract attention. Anywhere from a serious conversation on hockey to setting his hair on fire.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't matter to Biz. Get the eyeballs. That's not Willie's job. So don't even think about linking the two.
No, but see, this is the thing, is that you can't claim to be offended by it. You're like, no,
I'm not offended by it.
He doesn't hurt anyone. It's like, okay, whatever.
Buddy,
but it says
the
something.
only afternoon game of the year set to kids, and your star player is telling them to go themselves. Where do you?
Did you break the pearls off
Where?
your neck when you clutched them? Or?
Where does that? Where do you want that in your organization?
But this is the thing, is that I'm aware of what you're saying.
Yeah,
and you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. It's like, I want to just be like, whatever. But it's not nothing.
Do you know the damage you do to whatever? Do you understand that?
I don't.
But the attitude of it. Do you understand what the attitude of it doesn't matter?
Your GM doesn't get to do this. I do. The GM doesn't get to go, we don't care.
Well,
But
that's why there's a statement out.
But
Right.
That's why he had to come out this morning.
for
and
Sam,
apologize.
who lives and dies until the Leafs win the Stanley Cup,
dies.
it links. Okay, it's not separate. It shows what is going on in that dressing room, or the attitude, or I get to do whatever I want. I get to put on any clothes I want. I can come into the rink half naked. Who's going to challenge me? Who's going to test me? I can flip the bird to 20,000 fans and tens of millions on the internet, right? Yep. I get to do whatever I want. And it's like, no, you don't. You can, but you don't get to win. You don't get to be a champion. You don't get to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay? They're linked.
And I mean, if you want to impute all that onto that situation, I get it. And I do think that it does hint at an environment there where it's like, we've done the he's Willie thing, but there used to be some like, he's Willie but this feels like the last run of Willie things has been like, tank top, then he comes back and he gets 2 points in 2 shifts and everyone loves him and he's back.
The press box confidential this year from Willie. I mean, he's got no tarp on up there. He's flipping the bird. Somebody sent me a picture of him with his feet up there one time. It's like, I put my feet up every day at work, so I can't say anything. But I mean, Kyper, you are unfortunately very right about this.
I agree.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Because
why is it unfortunate?
Because I flipped the bird off to a guy who cut me off on the road the other day. Like, people flip
You're
the bird off.
Sam McKee.
Which
this guy is supposed to be a leader of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nobody cares that you flip a bird.
I am agreeing with you, and I don't want to agree with you, but I am. That's where I'm at.
Then stop linking you and Willie together. Start there.
I mean,
so what do you want to have happen here, Kip?
Suspend him. Kick him off the tour.
Yeah.
You want to trade him?
Buddy, listen.
Get him out of here.
Do you think you're going to win with that guy?
You know what?
Do you think he's going to lead you to a Stanley Cup?
Only so much talent in this league. He is one of the 10 best, or whatever you think, 20 best. Pick your number. And I think there are certain times where you go, we got to put up with Randy Moss's antics because he can make those plays. Or we got to do... Willie is not... Listen to me.
You don't need it.
Willie is not out at clubs getting in gunfights or whatever else, This is all silliness that you can work on a maturity level. If you start running these guys out of town, you're going to be watching dump-ins for days with guys with awesome character.
Is this where we're at now? Is this where we're at?
Yeah, you make exceptions in pro sports for certain talents.
Organization, Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah. Toronto Maple Leafs.
What does that mean? If
it means it ain't Columbus. It ain't Tampa Bay. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
They would kill to be Tampa Bay.
We're going to keep a guy because he's not getting in gunfights.
No, I'm saying, no, it's because he is elite talent who's
and
not
he
breaking the
knows
law.
it, and he knows it, and he shoves it in your face, and he shoves it in every fan's face that I can do stuff that nobody else does, because Justin Bourne tells me that it's above everything else. I win because I can do anything I want on the ice and look good.
How about some internal standards? Why does it have to be everything goes? Could they fine him, suspend him? Could they handle it internally without having to trade him to Columbus to fix it?
Now we're having a different conversation now. Now it's off Willie, and it's on the adults in the room.
Should be.
Yeah.
Buddy, we just solved it.
We did it. We finally did it.
Okay. And I am 100% with you. Where is everybody? Where is he when he's up in the press box?
The Hilroy's coming out from
Where
Sam
is
again.
everybody? Just keep letting him do whatever he wants.
I don't know. I don't have an answer there. Yes, Sam?
It's funny you should bring that up. Now the Leafs sit 5 points out of a playoff spot, 5 points back of the last wildcard spot. Treliving seems like there's some lame duck conversations here, and no one has any idea what the plan is. They've been more rumored for trading for Nazem Kadri than doing the right thing and soft selling at the deadline. Where is Tree? He hasn't spoken since the 25-game mark.
It's the plan.
He said soft selling again.
I know. I said this to piss him off. I think it's getting close to talk time. Don't you?
Like the sell time?
No, like come out and like we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Cheveldayoff talked when things were going badly. Like it's, who else did one
In
recently?
Ottawa? Is it?
Tom Fitzgerald.
Tom Fitzgerald
in
did
New
one
Jersey.
recently. It's Toronto, and I think it's getting close to.
Okay.
I mean, we had a conversation like they were talking about Stolars, and he said, "That's not on. That's not my choice."
Berube said his about starting Stolars in that game. He said that's not my decision. I don't know.
Okay.
So it's just I feel
we got a lot of
Two directions.
Yeah,
Pick
we
a
got
path.
a lot of different directions
Pick a
here.
path.
Okay. Let's go with this perception of a soft sell. And I get you and JD and whoever else uses that term, but let's just dig down underneath it. That's just a surface comment to throw out. Let's go underneath here for a second. Who, in your estimation, gets to make that decision?
I mean, well, that's up to the general manager, assuming he has the approval from above to make those moves.
I have no idea who makes the decision.
You got to answer it, buddy, because you just can't throw it out there without understanding where it's coming from and what are the implications of making that decision and who ultimately is standing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
Just win.
Okay. So let's break it down now. Okay. So basically, since Brendan Shanahan's left, the hockey department really has come down to Brad Treliving and Craig Berube, right? And Keith Pelly, of course, is the CEO in all of this. And there's no questions asked that at the beginning of the season, he had 100% confidence in Brad Treliving. I don't know the exact quote, but it's like, this is Brad's team.
Yeah.
Where is that today? Where is, if they're going to sell, who gets the ultimate saying? You threw out Brad Treliving, right, as the decision maker.
I mean,
Presumably.
Okay.
I would hope. I mean, but
What benefit does it have for Brad Treliving to start selling off pieces and weakening his team this year?
because they're hooped either way.
I mean, okay, go ahead.
They're hooped either way.
In my opinion.
Okay. So if they're hooped either way, why do I want him now to make those decisions if I don't have confidence in him and he's hooped either way and I got to get rid of him this summer?
So what are you like? I mean,
Basically
Right?
saying for Tree, the only incentive is
The only
to
incentive
try to get
is to
better
try to
here.
get better and get back in this thing. The only thing is a 7 or 8 game winning streak to get him back in. There's no benefit to the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs for Brad Treliving to start getting rid of Lawton. He needs Lawton in that room. That room has got some issues.
What's that? What is it? What's going on?
Okay?
What is going
That room's got some issues. You think Brad Treliving wants to move Scott Lawton right now? He needs him more than ever.
Yeah,
But needs him for what?
To get back in this thing, Sam.
Yeah. So I think the only alternative I can think of to what you're talking about, Kip, is let's say Tree believes in his heart of heart they got to sell. He doesn't think they're good.
Yeah.
He's only had a couple years with Keith Pelly. Can he sit him down and say, I want to make the mature long-term decision for our franchise. I'm worried about the long-term health of this team.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do and why.
Yeah.
Can I sell you on a sell?
So Brad sells Keith Pelly, the CEO, on that. And now let's not forget Keith Pelly. He's got a board. He's got an owner. He's got checks and balances. So imagine now Keith Pelly going to the board now and saying,
they're going to punt
I know we said we were all in and, we were going to be competitive this year and we're going to make the necessary trades, but we got a new plan now. We got a brand new plan, and we want Brad and Craig to move forward this summer.
You know what stinks about all this?
How's that going to go over, Sam?
Well, if it's the right thing for the franchise, it should be sellable to smart people.
You're talking to me like I'm on the board, or like I'm telling you what they should do, what I think they should do.
I know, but I'm telling you, if it doesn't happen, I want to give you an understanding on why it doesn't happen.
But to me, none of this gives credit to these people as thoughtful people, that it's like, hey, here's the best thing for us in the big picture. I know this year we're going to miss out on $10 million or whatever the revenues are going to be. I know that's a lot of money. But if we miss the playoffs the next 5 years, it's going to be worse.
You think there's a chance that Brad Treliving survives missing the playoffs this year and then he gets to fix all of this? Do you think that's the case?
So that's
what's
the bigger
terrifying
question, and I don't know the answer. I think he's
I think the answer is no.
Okay.
I don't see a world where that happens.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then it's a tough sell. So
it's a tough sell.
Here's
right.
Here's one of the options that scares me that I can see happening: doing nothing. Keep what you got. Try to make a push. See if we can get in with this group. Some health after the Olympics. Can this group here claw their way in? And then who knows, maybe our goaltending, maybe Nyes is better, maybe, and nothing. You get nothing for your assets. You make a push. You finish with 95 points and cross fingers.
But maybe Keith gets to fire somebody for it, though. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I know I put faith in this guy, but I've made a move now, and let me hire a new guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's... If they miss the playoffs, that's probably what we'll see.
Yeah, Kip, I think you're probably right. It's impossible to think otherwise based on the quick fall here from...
Yeah. I don't see Brad Treliving now pushing a narrative of this is what's best for the team, even though it could cost me my job.
You know what bothers me the most in all this?
But then, I've said it before, but you can understand as a lifelong fan who's going to be here long after Brad Treliving is.
Yeah, you want the right thing done.
That is poison to Leaf fans' ears.
Yeah.
That's the last thing they want to hear, that somebody's making a irrational decision to try to save their job with a team with zero assets.
But at least, you know what bothers me most?
It's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
Okay.
And guess what? Guess how many cups they've won in the last decades?
Zero.
They haven't won anything.
People want to compare it to Boston. Do you think Don Sweeney last year is making those moves, including Carlo, if he didn't get reassurance that I can still drive this?
I have no idea how to answer that question. I don't.
The answer is yes. That's the answer. Yes, he got reassurance that he was not going to be fired for it, and we'll put you in on a relaunch, a retool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Brad can get that today or tomorrow, then we're having a different conversation.
And I can see a world where this team comes back and they get more. Their goalies are both there from the start of the year, and Willie's healthier and Nyes is healthier, and they add some. You can see a world where they do a Boston and it's not so bad next year. Here's what I want to say: the thing that bothers me most about it is, let's say he thinks he has to be a buyer. Do it today. It's this close. The margins are this thin.
I'm not sure Keith Pelly will allow him to be a buyer because that would put him in
Well, then what are we
bigger
talking about?
jeopardy.
So then, yeah, to Sam's point, he
Buried
can't
the
sell,
lead
he
here.
can't buy, he can't.
No, I think we'll probably see them kind of cruise in.
That sounds atrocious. Just tires getting kicked right into pieces.
Yeah, I think the most likely scenario, and listen, I had them absolutely dead set against selling anything, but I didn't picture losing all the games here at home on this stretch. I know what the right answer is. Don't get me wrong.
What is the right answer?
The right answer is to sell.
Hard.
Okay?
Not soft.
I just don't think it's doable at this point for Brad, Tree Living especially.
So, but
You hate to have someone making decisions who's not allowed to make decisions. That's not good.
It happens all the time.
yeah, well, great.
It
I mean,
does.
It shouldn't ever.
So does bad stuff all over the world happens all the time. It doesn't mean it makes it good. Like
I like that.
it's true.
Yeah, frequent bad stuff.
You're
Not
I don't know if
making
you've
it
been
right.
watching. I don't know if you've
Is
been
it-
watching the news recently, but
You're 100% right. You won't get an argument out of me. I'm
so-
just saying that it's.
for example,
We have people that, often look at their self-interest.
for example, here,
Of course. Human nature.
like I mean, one of the big names that would be rumored at the trade deadline would be Bobby McMahon, right? And you've batted around the idea that they're possibly going to extend him. And for example, if they go past the deadline this year, they don't do anything, and they're just like, we're going to cruise into the offseason, and Bobby ends up signing somewhere else, or the Leafs sign him for however much it's going to cost. He's been a part of it. He's been a focal point of this thing. He's played on the top line. Like, he's part of why he's been good, but he's been one of their better players. If you're going to let him walk or you're going to sign, I just don't understand. Sign him now if you think he's that good, or just
Could you get a
trade him.
first for him? Like, he'd
Maybe.
be valuable.
He's
Maybe a
Kiefer
big get in the
Sherwood.
playoffs.
I know Lawton at times has struggled as late as Friday night with his 9.5 minutes and his two.
By the way, he didn't struggle. He was fantastic.
two assists this year, but his stock, they have a better chance of recouping what they paid for him a lot more today than they did 3 weeks ago or a month ago.
He is moving.
He is. See, this is what I would do.
Mm.
I would go to Scott Lawton and say, at the trade deadline,
Do you want a contract or do you want to go?
no, I'm moving you. I'm moving you. I'm going to get something back, and I will open my arms up to you July 1st, and you can come back.
No chance. No chance. He's not coming back.
Never
Do
happens.
Then I'll stick with the conditional second rounder. Then, how about
Gross. You just said yourself, though, they need a guy like that in that room.
that? No, Tree does.
Yeah.
Not me as a fan watching.
No, but the Leafs culture, and I know that people grimace when you try to be the culture team, but he feels like one of the true guys who has some power to affect it
I just look.
and still play well.
I just, I go to cap wages and I look at what their assets are in terms of picks or whatever. And I look at McMahon, I look at Stetcher, I look at Ulrich Larson, I look at
Assets.
I look at Lawton. I mean,
Assets.
you could convince me. I mean, Michelli, if somebody there's 5 guys right there. Robert, I would be looking to bring in a whole new group of guys.
It's pretty bonkers that Marner left. They did the Michelli Joshua thing. I'm not even going to include Waugh in there because they just kind of took what they can get, and he's a nice player. I
he's
like
okay.
him. But just went, yeah, that'll do. Michelli Joshua, no Marner. It's like I thought. We talked about but they're still going to go get a top line guy.
I know. They didn't because they couldn't.
Well, then don't go
Right.
get the other guys.
What do you have now then? Now you're worse than Winnipeg. You're in the bottom.
You're no different. Joshua hasn't played all year.
Michelli missed a whole month.
He gets, he's fine.
But it wasn't much more than a win against Colorado that you were yeah, this team could get in the playoffs and they could do some
I still
damage.
feel like they can get in the playoffs. I still feel like they
boy.
can.
Yeah, I'm way past that now.
Oh no, I'm still there. They can still get in the playoffs.
Wow.
How many games left until the break?
30.
5 until the break.
Win 5 in a
6
row
before the deadline.
Win
after
5 in
that,
a
so
row,
11.
and then I believe I said on this very show that, and you called me a coward, but people were clamoring for me to say they were back, say when they were back, and I said if they're in a playoff spot after that Colorado game, I'll say they're back. And we watched what happened on this homestand, and it went in the pooper. It was
They
played
had a
good
healthy Willie for a minute. That helped.
They did. They did, but
Yeah.
Okay, take a quick break here.
oh my God, yeah.
Sammy,
I got a couple more
I don't
manifesto.
know if that was
points,
fun or not. I didn't enjoy that.
You
first
didn't?
block.
but Kyper, you loved it.
No, I did not.
I would say that was a good hard lap, boys.
Yeah, good hard lap.
Okay, we're going to towel off here. Sweating. More Real Kyper and Bourne after the break. Welcome back to the program. It's the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, and Manifesto Sammy.
Would you like another point from it or no?
I honestly, I need a break. We need to lighten the.
Okay, this one will do it.
All right.
So now you're 5 points back of Boston for the final playoff spot.
Doesn't sound light.
Who you traded your second best prospect to, plus a first-round pick. That top prospect now has 13 goals, which is one more than Matthew Nyes, who you pay $7 million a year.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Minton and
Steve's.
no,
Oh.
no, the deal though.
Yeah,
is
Minton and a first-round pick.
Minton and a 11th pick overall.
Wow.
I don't know what it's at right now today,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
there's
gonna
a
be
very
top
good
10
chance
pick.
it's a top 10 pick,
Unless they start winning.
right? It isn't traditionally trading for someone at the deadline where they end up with the 27th, 28th, 29th pick, 25th pick. This is now in a territory where it's going to really sting if they miss the playoffs. Just miss the playoffs.
I would say it's very disappointing watching Minton be already effective
Plus 15.
offensively, because
Plus 15 on the year this
I
year.
thought he would defend well and be smart and be in the right spots. And there's lots of those guys in the league, but if he's
Goal
going
and
to be,
assist
but if he's going to score 25 goals and do that, that's really annoying.
on the weekend.
I'll take
Goal and assist.
Yeah.
Tied the game late.
Fancy lot.
The backhand driving hard to the net.
Okay. Stolarz played, guys.
Yes.
That was a massive decision that we have yet to address. They played.
Have we
this
ever really been like, I told you so on this program?
Well, I did.
Lots,
I said,
yeah.
I said, I
Okay,
said I,
here's another one then.
Yeah.
I loved it. I said I liked it. So I'm an idiot. I'm the idiot. I'll eat it. But you guys are right.
It's just the percentages. That's all.
Mhm.
I like playing percentages.
Mhm.
And being off that long and then coming in and watching rebounds. It's like a hot potato to goalies that haven't felt it in game situations. And I think it was the second
That's
goal.
the Colasar goal you're thinking of.
Yeah, the second goal where it's like, but since they signed you or traded for you, I forget, out of Florida, you never had a rebound like that.
Right.
Ever. Not
just-
like that.
Kicked it into like the slot
Yeah.
for no reason.
No, I mean, listen, you forgive a guy for being rusty, but it's not, he's a player. Of course he wants to go in. My one concern is like, there's the vibe, and I said it, and I've heard other people now say it, like, maybe he just didn't want to go play in the American League anymore. Maybe he didn't want to be in those games or something, but I hope that's not true. And I shouldn't assume it is true, but I hope that's not true, because that's not your call as a player. If the coach and the organization thinks
Whose
it's,
call?
well, the team, the Toronto Maple Leafs should say, well, that's what you're doing. You need conditioning.
Jeff Berube's, do we have a Kipper's clip on
we have
that?
Stolarz. We have Stolarz clips.
And we have Berube on Stolarz.
Well, let's play clip one from Stolarz, Derek, on coming back to this specific game.
Yeah, I think we kind of had a plan, around this time. And, a few days ago, I started to feel really good. And obviously having the opportunity to go down with the Marlies and get those full practices, kind of a little longer than our practices are. So just being able to go down there and work and get some reps, I think I felt really good after that. So I thought it was time to get activated and come back.
But just why that game? That's the question.
I don't know. I mean, you'll never, ever get – you can't replicate game situation on top of the pressure of a game you got to win. I mean,
there was just a lot of at stake that
it's
night.
crazy to think that you're going to go down to the Marlies, get a couple of shooting coaches on you who probably like muffins beyond belief.
Hey.
No, I'm serious.
No, but it is guys like
Okay,
me
I'm
who do
sorry.
that shooting typically.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have
I
an
got
NHL
it.
shot.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
I do.
And now you're going to be ready for Eichel, Stone, Anderson, Marner. You're ready. Now you're ready for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
Didn't Woll play Marlies games last year?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can't get a couple of game situations at that level. That's all you can do. There's nowhere else for you to go.
It just also, though, Kip, this Vegas game had stakes. People were paying attention, looking forward to it. It was a hotly contested ticket, not contested, but sought after ticket.
I wonder if there's any thought about sometimes when you have like a top prospect pitcher in your system and you bring him up a little bit too early and you quote unquote, like you just don't want to waste any bullets in the minors because of the rampant Tommy John injuries out there, that the Leafs look at it and they're like, well, he's going to get hurt.
Good
let
goalie.
it be hurt on the Leafs. Like, let him not go down there and get banged up.
Let him get hurt there.
Well, no, like
so it doesn't cost me anything up here.
I don't know. Maybe they think that he was ready to go and they didn't want to waste any more time. I don't know. I'm looking for a reason.
This obviously played into their thinking. Why don't we listen to Berube clip for?
This is just post game.
Post game on Stoller.
On Friday. Yeah.
Well, he was fine. I mean, he probably wants a third one back. It was a tough rebound, but I don't think there's much he could have done in any of the goals. I thought he looked more comfortable and better as the game went along, and that's normal. Been out a long time.
Do you have the clip of him saying it wasn't my call?
No, I think that was in a conversation.
Was it in a conversation?
Yeah, with someone. It wasn't on camera.
Okay, but that's on record, isn't it?
But I think it was. I'm not sure if it was about starting him or. Hold on, let me just double check it here.
You know,
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
It's out
I
there.
heard the same
It's
thing.
out there, and I heard it, but I don't want to. I don't want to bury Chief on it if he didn't say it as exactly as I took it.
Here you go. Lance Hornby tweeted it.
Yeah.
Said, by the way, Berube was asked today why Rusty Lucky Stolarz didn't get a game or two during his conditioning stint with the Marlies, and he replied, "That's not my call." So it's been reported.
Okay, hold on for a second. Hold on. Whose call was it? Did anybody follow up with that to Berube?
Presumably,
okay,
we assume it's the GM.
Okay. So Brad made the decision. But it sounded.
Can't imagine anyone else
now, you
having
said
made it.
you earlier in the program, you mentioned maybe Stolarz. He would have had input on this. So
That happens, right?
now, you don't find it odd that Craig Berube publicly turns around and says, "Not my call." Now we assume it's either his general manager, or if you have issues with it, go see the general manager. Go see Stolarz. Maybe they made the call.
Yeah, I think if you're Berube and you didn't make the call,
Yeah.
whether you agreed with it or not, you say, "Well, let's just talk to someone else about it. That's not my thing."
You think that happens a lot with coaches, that they turn around and they say it's not my call? Like,
not when they're overly thrilled with the call, probably. Like
that's not a good thing
if
either.
They would have made
if he's not thrilled with the call and you point it at your general manager, I don't know if that's a good thing either.
You know what's worse in all this for me is that Woll went in the next game and he was disappointing. And so now what do you do now with your goaltending situation? I don't know who's going to start tomorrow night. Going back to Stolarz and say, find your way, kid.
That's a good question.
You know, you're playing the Buffalo Sabres in a game that's massive in the standings.
Yeah, I
biggest game of the year by far.
Yeah. You go back to Stoley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on your roster.
I know.
I mean, he's on Hill to be.
Woll's been playing. Problem is he's been playing not great.
Completely double downing on.
It's not. It's not double downing because they had a full practice.
Stolarz?
He played in the game. Like, if you're going to activate him and put him on your roster, if the other goalie doesn't play well, you got to start the other goalie and he's going to start him.
He hasn't played well all year. Stolarz hasn't played well all year. Woll has played. Woll has saved you games.
Sure.
Woll right now is the way better goalie and is the one that will give you the best chance to beat the Buffalo Sabres. Now, you want to save face? Go to Stolarz again.
Okay, I agree with you.
That's go big or go home. That's rolling the dice.
But if you think Stolarz stinks, then why isn't Hill to be the other guy?
Starting Stolarz feels like the blackjack theory that you keep doubling your bet till you win your money back.
Yeah.
You lose, you double your bet, double your bet.
Yeah.
The only good part about it is whoever's making the decision is making millions of dollars.
Right.
And we're not.
Yeah.
So we don't get to make it.
I bet you Stolarz starts.
You know, it's really tough when you talk about when you're critical of goaltending in spots where they're clean looks. Like Brock Nelson shoots that first one in the net on a one-on-one. Like, it's a high danger shot. Drury shoots that one in. It's a high danger shot. But at some point, I want one of those. You know,
Woll was actually
the
good
Leafs
after
have been
that,
built
but
on goaltending the last few years.
he was
down
partially.
2-zip. No
but
chance.
yeah, like the game's buried against the best team in the league.
When it's 2-0, it was
It's
pretty
over.
much cooked.
It's
you're
over.
back to back. You're tired. You're playing or whatever it was.
Low glove.
Day between. Both
Low glove, clean look.
They love low glove. Everybody loves low glove. It's the new hotness. Yeah. Everybody shoots low glove. Last point here. You're now 6 points back of the Pittsburgh Penguins, whose general manager we all said sucks, and is now perfectly managing a rebuild while competing and keeping my favorite hockey player, Sidney Crosby, happy. And he's also having multiple pieces written about him, how he's an awesome general manager. And we all said he stunk. So I'm really happy too.
But he did stink,
No.
Sammy. It wasn't that he didn't. He never stunk.
great.
He was bad back then. Let's give him some credit for maybe learning the trade and getting better and learning from his mistakes. And Pittsburgh's a better team right now today for it. I'm not sure where it's going to be in a year or two, but I give him full credit here.
Me too.
For learning how to be a general manager, and it may take 10 years.
This managing things generally seems like a fairly hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think all we can do, I look at the Edmonton Oilers and you got all these great pieces and it's like fill in at the edges and you can win a cup. And they haven't. They have failed at doing that. I thought the Leafs did a pretty good job over the years with bringing in, whether it's O'Reilly and Achari and Lafferty's and all these kind of guys that kind of Kasha and kind of kept it close, but they didn't get the guys they needed to put them over the top. No argument from me on that. Here, you're not even getting the guys that keep you close. The fill-in at the fringes have been more or less failures. And that's got you where you're at.
Yep.
You know, you're...
I mean, he made the best trade of the year, Kyle Dubas.
Which one?
The Stu Skinner deal.
Skinner's
on
on
the way.
fire
He's
right now.
unbelievable. You know what his numbers are? He's got it's a 906 now. He's 231, but I think in his last, like 938, 947, 912.
Do you send the tweet? Someone was like, if the Oilers need a goaltender, this guy, Stu Skinner, could be perfect. He's like a 907. He's 28. He's been in big game experience.
Is it the rookie Kindle?
Oh, Ben Kindle.
Kindle,
How good is he?
Justin Brazeau.
Brazeau, they had
those are
Leafs
good
had him.
pickups.
Yeah.
Those are solid pickups.
Mm-hmm. Brazeau's really good.
So that's just another add to the misery. Been a miserable day. Miserable snowstorm yesterday. Leafs, brutal. Just spring training still a month away.
This was an all-time bad Leafs weekend.
This is my nightmare. It really was.
Willie, not being there, it was bad, but it wasn't. It was just the heart, the effort, the lack of passion. I don't know. They're just that Vegas game. Should there have been some greater pushback, Kip? Fighting, physicality, jawing. There was no contention in the game.
Yeah, really disappointing. I don't know how you can be the same team that beat Colorado a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess no Willie hurts that bad, but he was really good in that game for them in Colorado. But yeah, I don't know.
But they were good after Willie left too.
Yeah, they're okay.
No, I'm talking about the fight, the pushback, all of it. It shouldn't be Willie disappears and we get that on the weekend.
Craig Berube has a clip here on why the standard has slipped, and I'd love to know the answer to that. In clip 2.
Don't have much time left, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, we have time for it. Not sure.
I don't have that answer for you. I wish I did. It shouldn't. I mean, we've been a real good home team here for a long time. This year, and I remember the last road trip we went on and we came back home. We were a little bit the same way, kind of like in and out in the games, not quite detailed, not playing with the urgency that is needed and the simplicity that's needed. That's something definitely I talked to the team about after the game. We got to fix it.
A lot of people talking about his injury, and the internet, man. They're going to search now for whether or not it happened
Willie?
in the gym or not. No, Craig
Berube.
Berube.
Oh yeah.
100% it was an accident in the gym.
I think pull down, there's no weight on it.
That guy's as honest as they can be. There's no way he would make a story up.
No,
not
I
Craig
think it's a gym
Berube.
thing. I just want to know what in the gym happened.
Could be anything.
Oh, was the
Could be
guess
anything.
someone running on a treadmill with a contraption?
No, it's one of those bands that snap back.
Oh, no way.
From the 680.
All right, let's kick it up a notch here. It's the Real Kyper and Bourne show. It's our national hour. We are live on Sportsnet, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Also available at your convenience, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, where we love a thumbs up and that chat line. I think the chat line gives it to you, Sammy, the most.
Chat line. Yeah, I don't think it's a chat line.
What is it? What do you call it?
What is
It's
it?
chat. Like it's the chat. A chat line makes it sound like it's MSN Messenger, like ICQ.
Buddy, I am months away from turning 60.
Really?
Okay?
You're in your 60th year?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh,
What's your birthday?
We gotta have a shindig.
Stop it.
When's your birthday?
Stop it.
Tell me.
It's
No.
on the internet.
Oh,
for
yeah, right.
God's sake.
He does it on
We're
Wikipedia.
skipping it this year.
Relatively famous.
We're skipping. Here's my point.
Okay.
Okay? If I want to call it a chat line, I'm calling it a chat
Yeah,
line.
that's right. That's right.
The chat line.
This hour, Real Kyper and Bourne, brought to you by Bet365. All right, he's ready already. He's
June 4th.
really jumping right now. Let's welcome in Rob Brown,
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
former NHLer. You see how I'm talking right through you? Edmonton Oiler analyst for Ched. He's always does a great job covering the Oilers for us. Brownie, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Happy birthday. Happy 60th.
Buddy, can you give me like 4 more months, please? How's everything out west? Nobody's pissing anybody off out there, are they? Like a few here in Toronto?
Yeah, no, we don't have the fingers to the cameras or things of that like out here. Everybody's in a good mood. We're used to the snow out here, so we don't get angry when it snows and we get stuck in our houses. All's good. We just had a great Oiler game the other night. Great comeback. Bouchard and McDavid were at their best. So everybody in Oiler land is pretty happy right now.
Okay, so let's touch on it. Evan Bouchard, a 6-5 win with 6 points. Is this the best anyone's felt about Evan? Are they at the point now where they understand where the warts are and they're okay because how many defensemen can go out there and put 6 on the board?
Well, Bouchard's always going to have his guys out here that love him, and there's still groups that don't. It does not matter what he does. He'll have 6 points, and people will point out to the 2 mistakes he made in the game. But I think that was the best game I think Evan Bouchard has played regular season. I think there's been other games of more importance come playoff time where he's been even better than that. I think you just have to understand who Evan Bouchard is. His ceiling for offensive ability is as high as it gets. I think he's 1 point behind McCarr in the standings for defensive scoring. And this was after a horrible start for him. But Evan is also prone to a big mistake. And a lot of people will look at the big mistake instead of the production. And right now, Evan Bouchard, over the last, probably 3 months, has been excellent. His positives to the game are much, much more than the negatives. Every once in a while, there's a slip up. But again, he had 6 points. He was +5. He was the best player in the game and overlooked in that game. He made a play on the blue line, keeping the puck in. Had the puck got out on 6-on-5 with the goalie pulled, Washington could have changed. The Oilers probably don't come back and eventually win the hockey game. But it was a really, really good play that he made, and it was just subtle. It was simple, but he does that all the time. So Evan Bouchard right now is on a high, and he's playing as good as he has ever been as an Oiler come regular season time.
Well, that one we always have an eye on. My God, that's a heck of a hockey game from a pretty talented guy. We need to check in with you, get an update on the goaltending situation. Some moves were made this year, some shuffling around. What is the status of the crease in Edmonton these days?
Well, the fan base is excited.
Yeah.
They feel that the subtraction of Skinner was all that they needed.
Okay.
It's funny. Had Stan Bowman made a subtle move earlier in the year, getting Connor Ingram, and I'm guessing that their thought was it was going to be Ingram and Skinner as the season moved on, but they needed Ingram to get back to his game. But the team started so poorly, the goalie started so poorly, including Ingram in the minors, that Bowman was forced to make the trade for Tristan Jarry. Well, Ingram has come up, and he's been everything that Bowman thought he was going to be. He's been excellent. Not only has he pushed as the backup, to me, he's pushing as the starter. He's been that good for the Oilers. Thus, I was really surprised he got pulled in the Capital game. I thought he had earned enough currency with how he'd been playing that he would be giving the opportunity to get past the one goal that probably should have had. Jari has been good, but the Oilers defensively in front of them for a lot of games haven't. And Jari's numbers are Stuart Skinner's type numbers. I think he's got about an .880 save percentage in Edmonton. His goals against average is over 3. And you think back, you go, like, I don't remember him letting any bad goals in, but the team in front of him at times haven't played great. The game against Pittsburgh was a great example. Didn't let a bad goal in 6 of the 6 goals, but he let 6 goals in. And that's what we saw a lot early in the year. I don't think the Oilers defensively have been as good since Christmas. I think they've had good to excellent goaltending, yet they have a losing record. I think they're 7-8. So goaltending has been good, but defensive lapses have let them down at times.
You're watching and listening to Rob Brown, former National Hockey Leaguer, covering the Edmonton Oilers for Ched. So Saturday night against a non-playoff team, Washington, we saw 4 forwards play from 29 minutes, Connor, to Nugent Hopkins at 22 and a half. So there's Hyman in there and Leon, of course. And then everybody else was under 13 minutes. Like, simple math, eh? If you're the coach, just put these guys on and, win the hockey game.
And it's been the fault or the go-to for every coach for the Oilers. It's not just Knobloch. You know as well as I do, when you're not one of those guys and you're on the bench, sometimes you feel left out. When you're getting your 8, 9, 10 minutes and you're just more or less a cheerleader. The Oilers got to make some decisions. I think there's about 10 games left before the trade deadline for the Oilers. They got to decide, do they need a top 6 forward? Do they need a top 3 or like a third line center? Do they need someone else on the third line, bigger, more physical? But it's a hard time right now deciding what you need because you really haven't put a lot of those players, those depth players, in a position to show what they're capable of doing in that moment. Because every time you have that moment right now for the Oilers, their top players go on the ice, justifiably so. They're the best players in the world, and they give them a chance. But if there is an injury or an illness in the playoffs, do you trust your second power play unit? Because you didn't trust them against Washington in January when the Oilers had their number 1 power play unit go out 3 games in a row. There was a 6-0 game the other day where the Oilers went with their top power play unit in the third period, winning 6-0. Again, when do you get to see your second power play unit play? What do you get to see if they're capable of coming up in a moment to score a goal when you need it? So Connor and Leon give you your best chance to win every single night when they're on the ice. But at times you wonder if that limits or hampers or hinders other players' growth as players because they're never getting out there in those positions of making a difference in a hockey game. The Oilers will win a number of games because they have Connor and Leon. Will they win a Stanley Cup just not knowing what they have through, as you just said, the forwards 5 through 12? Well, sometimes you don't know what you have because those players haven't been put in a position on certain nights to show what they're capable of doing.
We often joked around on our Leaf edition that there's Team A and Team B on the Leafs the last few years, but it feels like Team D maybe in Edmonton. Just on the topic of Connor playing anywhere between 25 and 30 minutes, is there any talk at all about burnout or what's going to be left of him in the end of June through an Olympic year? Or is it just a foregone conclusion that like all our eggs are in this guy's basket?
Well, there is some in media here. There is amongst fans. But from what I've been here for his whole career, this is my 20th year with the Oilers. He and Leon, they're freaks of nature. It doesn't seem like they ever tire. At the end of a 2-minute shift, they should be exhausted, yet they seem to have more jump than anyone else. And this isn't new that the Oilers play their star players as much as they do. It's happened the last number of years. And they went to Game 7 against Florida 2 years ago. They went to Game 6 last year. I don't think fatigue will be a problem. I mean, Leon Draisaitl the other day just flew home from Germany, and I checked it online. It was a 9.5-hour flight is what it takes from Edmonton to Germany. There was a 8 or 9 hour time change, landed at 2:30 in the afternoon, came out and played. Like, I'm done a week. I've been to Europe. I come back. I'm done a week. I'm taking a week off academy. I'm just staying home and resting. I mean, it's a free, and he comes out and he doesn't look any worse for the wear. So I do believe for the Oilers to be a Stanley Cup champion, they have to have more players involved. But we'll see moving forward if that's the case with Chris Knoblauch. I mean, Knoblauch's not the first coach to play these star players 22, 23, 25, 28 minutes a night. Every player falls in love with McDavid and Draisaitl because A, they're great, and B, they don't seem to tire.
So then I guess the next challenge is the same that they've had for years, is how at the trade deadline do you give this team the extra pieces they need? What do you see? Are there any names out there or just a generality that you can give us of what are they going to do to surround these guys, give them the best chance?
Well, it's funny. I got buddies. They want Ryan O'Reilly. That would be a really good pickup.
That'd be good.
I'm like, good. He makes a lot of money. I'm not sure he's going to fit in. To me, personally, I think they need a big, solid third-line center and someone with some veteran savvy and some heaviness to his game. The Oilers have been, as of late, have been running a third line of Howard, Savoy, and Roslovic. I don't think Roslovic's a center. I think you take away the strength of his game, which is getting the puck in shooting areas and shooting. I don't think playmaking or having to play deep in his own zone is benefiting him. They're bringing up a kid tonight from the minors, a big German kid, to get his first National Hockey League game in to see if he's the guy. They have to see what they have before they get to the deadline. I do believe they need a third-line center at the deadline, and I think they need some a veteran defensive presence, probably a 4-5 type player. Because if anything happens to the top four for the Oilers, I don't know right now if a Stasny or a Regula or an Emberson can jump into a top four role come playoff time. I think you can get away with it in regular season at times, but we've never seen Stasny in the playoffs. We've never seen Regula in the playoffs. And Emberson last year was healthy scratched at times during the Oilers' run. So I think that a veteran presence, a number 4/5 defenseman, is that and a third line center are the two things I think the Oilers would probably need most at the trade deadline.
Brownie, just want to follow up on the D thing. How was Stetcher there in the playoffs last year? Just watching him here with Toronto as an understudy, he's just been so good here. It's tough to imagine letting him go.
Yeah, I agree. Stetcher was very good for the Oilers. He plays bigger than he is. His motor never stops going. I mean, you don't play 500-600 games in the National Hockey League as an undersized defenseman who doesn't really put up points, yet keeps finding a way to stay in the league. His work ethic is great. He understands how to use body positioning instead of physical force. He was good. Anytime he's played for the Oilers, he played well. I think they were hoping there was an upgrade with a Regula, being a big man that's, I mean, you got to go through Vegas and LA and Dallas or Colorado. So you want size in your back end. But it just hasn't worked out yet from Regula. I mean, he missed so much. In a perfect world, Regula would have been playing in the minors this year, finding his game after being injured for a year and a half. But he has to clear waivers. And I don't think the Oilers feel he could have got through waivers. So unfortunately, Stetcher was the player that was lost. And he played very well for the Oilers. And watching him play, I'm glad he's having success in Toronto because he's a guy you cheer for.
Brownie, talk to us a little bit about Zach Hyman. It's probably going to upset Sammy as a Leaf fan, but just the chemistry with Connor, and I'm really starting to lean towards him making Team Canada if Point can't go. And, just in terms of, we believe that it'll be like a Crosby McKinnon, and then, maybe it's, probably Marner and Connor, but, Zach there, just the comfort level that he would have. And I imagine it's not easy to play with Connor, as it hasn't been easy over the years with wingers, with Crosby. But knowing there's a comfort zone would go a long way, don't you think?
I do. It's funny. If I teach academies, I teach kids. And when I talk to kids, when you go watch an Oilers game, don't watch what Connor or Leon do, because you can never do that. So get that out of your mind. You can't do what they do. But watch what Zach Hyman does, because everything he does is the right way. He on the forecheck, the physicality, in front of the net, on the back check, his work ethic, everything is done the proper way. He just works hard, and he works. He works like you're supposed to. So Zach Hyman has been excellent for the Oilers as of late. I think at one point he had more goals in a stretch than any other player in the National Hockey League. He had 17 goals in 20 games. Had Zach Hyman been healthy to start the season, he's on the Olympic team, in my opinion. Because if he plays with Leon, but also, because he plays with Connor, but also he does what you want on an Olympic team. Last year he was leading the National Hockey League in hits in the playoffs. And this is the guy that scored 50 in a season. Yeah. So he does all the intangibles and he does them well. He does have a comfort with Connor. It's been funny over the last couple of years. Knobloch a few times has pulled him away from Connor McDavid, and you're like, that one I don't understand. They want to make a strong third line, but the chemistry is so good. I would assume that. Well, I'm not sure. Bennett would probably be a guy that deserves to be on the Olympic team if Point is not there, just because he probably should have been on there to start with. But Zach Hyman has played his way on. He's playing as well as any winger in the National Hockey League. And he's just a good person that you want on your team. Yeah. So I hope he gets the call if the injuries are there. To me, a line of Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman, and Macklin Celebrini. Oh, I think that'd be a really nice line to have for Canada in the Olympics, because you got McKinnon on another line. That'd be pretty hard to tame if you're an opposition team.
Yeah, that's awfully tempting. We've had a pretty good look at Vegas now, covering a couple of Toronto games. They went there and I would say maybe outplayed them in Vegas, but Vegas came here and gave it to them pretty good. They're chasing them in the standings. It's interesting seeing where they're at in the standings. Like, it's kind of been a tough year for Edmonton, right? I mean, no one really talks about them with any sort of concern because they're Edmonton. But, a couple points back, Anaheim actually has a higher points percentage at this point. Where do you think they stack up against the teams in their division?
Well, it's funny. We have a call-in show, and they say, well, they should beat this team. They're on the outside looking in the Eastern Conference. I said, well, if the Oilers were in the East, they wouldn't be in the playoffs either.
Right.
I mean, their season has not been as good as they'd hoped. They will make the playoffs because the Pacific Division is weak. Yeah. And the Oilers have Connor and Leon and the best power play in the world. So they're going to make the playoffs. I believe it'll be them in Vegas battling out for the division lead. Probably it'll be dictated on who stays healthier and schedule strength in the remaining 20-some games that are left. Those two teams will play in the second round of the playoffs. The Anderson trade I thought was huge for the Vegas Golden Knights. We see him a lot in Calgary. He is very good. He will make a difference. The class out here of the Western Conference is Colorado, but if you're an Oiler fan, that's third round, so you got to get through 2 rounds first. I do believe the Oilers need to upgrade a little bit at the deadline, but as far as a playoff spot, to me, unless there's major injuries to their 2-star players, I'd still, as good as Anaheim has done this year and Seattle has pushed as of late, and San Jose's having a nice season, I just can't see any of those teams being better than Edmonton through 82 games. So I believe the Oilers are a playoff team. Come playoff time, it all depends on how healthy the Oilers are going in. But to me, there's 5 teams out west. Colorado, Minnesota, Dallas, Vegas, and Edmonton. They're the 5 premier teams. And I have yet to see anyone else that can get into that top 5 yet. We'll see as we go forward in the final 30 games of this season.
You think we can feel whether or not Bowman wants to do something before the freeze in the Olympics, or do you anticipate this is all going to build up towards those, 12 days between the Olympics ending and the trade deadline?
I think they would love to move Mangiapane's contract between now and the Olympic break. It has not gone well out here for Mangiapane. He's healthy, scratched again tonight. He was put on Leon's line to start last game. I think he played 6.5 minutes total in the game. It's a big contract. I think he's $3.6 million this year and next. So I'm sure that Bowman would love to have that off the books before the deadline, or before the Olympic break. That gives him more time to think of, here's who we want, and here's the money we have left. But I don't know if that's going to be an easy contract to move.
All right. We'll see what happens tonight. It's Oilers in Anaheim tonight. Brownie, great stuff as always, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoy your birthday, buddy.
Thanks, Brownie. Appreciate you.
Edmonton Oilers for Chad covering.
That Mangiapane one's fascinating.
You roll your dice on some of these signings, and they're not all going to turn out. And They
But you're on the hook for the outcomes of those.
and you try to cover your losses as best you can now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I saw, I think it was Spec tweeted the other day, just like, hard to imagine any team wanting that Mangiapane money for what he's given you on the ice this year. It's going to be a tough one to move.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just I was so looking forward to my beer league game tonight.
Canceled?
It's been 2 weeks since we played. No, the other team forfeited.
Oh,
Soft.
yeah, hobos.
Soft.
That's no good.
So
What a bunch
while
of
you guys
bums.
were talking to Brownie, I was listening to you guys. I was trying to feverishly put together a pickup skate because we still have the ice. So if you're in Toronto and you're a goalie, text me, 590-590.
All right.
Play goalie tonight.
I just love the way
Use
you.
the company line.
I just love the way you stay focused.
I was
throughout our
locked in
show.
that whole time. Locked in that whole time. Bigger things, you know? So Hyman, Olympic team, eh? Over Bedard?
Definitely over Bedard.
Okay. Definitely is a
And
big word.
I'm a Bennett guy,
Yeah, me
but
too.
it's like, okay, where's the fit, right? That's what you worry about, and that's all they've been talking about.
You know, it's hard to deny. Like, you know, Hyman did score 50. He scored 57, including playoffs the 1 year, whatever it was.
I still can't believe we're going to do this without Sam Bennett. And we yelled about it in length,
Yeah.
and it's going to be an even harder pill to swallow for a lot of people.
Did we have the conversation that
We have not had the conversation. I would love to have it right now.
is there anything to the idea that perhaps going on stage and chanting F Connor McDavid after winning the cup hurts your chances of being on Connor McDavid's Canada?
I mean, that's not the worst theory I've ever heard. I would say, though, that, Kyper, correct me if I'm wrong, they were boys, or they are boys. Like, they played together on the Marlboros, maybe? I think they go way
Yeah,
back.
I think there is a minor hockey thing.
I think they go way back. But at the same time, that was before he went on stage, hammered, and yelled F McDavid. So I don't know. Like, is there a what's the word? A Isaiah Thomas situation here?
A chemistry concern?
He's like, I met the criteria to be selected. Sam
the
Bennett
criteria
for
to
the
be
dream
selected.
team.
Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
End quote.
Okay.
Oh.
I'd like to keep the show national,
Yeah.
but I am going to drag a little of that Leaf edition in.
Okay, I love it.
Okay.
You know why?
Where we watched William Nylander give the finger to 18,000 people in a building and tens of millions of hockey fans across the world.
And now my
it's-
kids are in juvie.
Kip, it's not
as
the
a
internet.
result.
It's not the
bud.
Super
Internet.
Bowl. Okay,
Internet.
sure,
Internet.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So everybody sees it, and you guys are like, is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal? Is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal?
You broke your pearls
And
clutching
now you're sitting here with Sam Bennett saying F you in a drunken rage with the Stanley Cup where he's just feeling all this emotion.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's costing him a trip to the
How
Olympics.
are these remotely comparable? What are you talking about?
I mean, I think he just wanted to talk about Willie.
You guys are asking the question whether that has anything to do with him not
I'm
being
saying
on the team.
Connor McDavid's the best player on the planet and has a lot to say. I would imagine if he really didn't want someone on his team. I would imagine. And I'm saying this is a direct shot at one man. I'm not saying that he can't say the F word. I'm saying perhaps this man is not liked by the most important person on Team Canada. And if the margins are this thin,
why can't you say why would that be such a big deal that he said, F you?
well, if I said F Nick Kypreos, would your opinion of me change?
If it's 2 a.m. and you are out of your tree
I'm green
trunk
lit.
with a Stanley Cup over your head,
Yeah.
Bourne, it's time to start drinking again, brother. You got the
back,
green.
I'm not overly upset,
Okay, and maybe he's not. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, is there if we're talking about paper thin margins for these guys, is it Hyman? Is it Bennett? Is it all these awesome guys?
But it's not just McDavid. It's Cirelli. It's Cooper. It's
Right.
potentially Hyman.
Could
It's
relationships
McDavid.
have
his
something to do with it?
over competitiveness for running
Could hurt
over
him.
us enough to say, I don't want you on my team.
So hold on, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do your personal relationships have any effect on how they pick a team like this?
Well, with you're the head coach, you have your favoritism for your guys.
Sure.
Outside of that, there's a lot of other people to answer to.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it on our show that said, I'm actually going the opposite way? Or Doug Armstrong, who's the general manager, came on our program and said, I'm actually underprotective of my guys because I don't want to show favoritism.
Yep. Doug did say that. He also said that he brought 8 guys to Cooper or something and said, you picked the other, what was it? It was the pool. He left Coop up, to make the final decision on X amount of guys. If it's based purely on hockey merit, you guys go watch everything I've done on Hockey Central and Wednesday Night Hockey on this show. I've been a Bennett guy. He's been on every list I've made.
I like him too.
I'm a Bennett guy.
I'm a Bennett guy too.
So I'm
I
trying,
hate his guts, but in this scenario, I'm a
trying
Bennett
to make
guy.
sense of why no Bennett. So maybe he'll get picked.
Yep.
Maybe he'll be there. Maybe he won't.
Okay.
Game time?
Game time.
It's game time. Presented by Bet365. Oh, boy, I don't have my read, and I can't do it off the top of my head. It's embarrassing. All right, it's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. You guys watch football this weekend?
No.
I did. I did. New England.
Yeah.
Really. People are really upset,
Yeah.
that they're going to the Super Bowl.
I will say, just a quick football take here. If you're a Bills fan, you're sick. Where they've won Super Bowls, rebuilt, and then got back to the Super Bowl all during the time of you having Josh Allen, and you've never gone even to the conference championship game. It's pretty sickening to be a Bills fan.
The entire state of Massachusetts, their actual account tweeted, "It appears my superiority has led to some controversy."
I saw one about like you were begging for my demise, and it was the Chiefs, and it was like, but at what cost? And it's the Patriots again.
Yeah.
Anyways, looking at the big game odds, the New England Patriots, huge underdogs, even as an opening line here, plus 185 on the money line going into that game. The Seattle Seahawks minus 225. Seahawks looked fabulous yesterday. Sam Darnold looked really good. It was an excellent football game. I just think that winning franchises win, and that the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. And it makes me sick to say it out loud, but I really feel like they're going
That's
to.
tough, man. That really hurts.
4.5-point dogs. It's a pretty big spread for a Super Bowl in terms of the two teams meeting there. Anyways, that was game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. It's 19 plus Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
Okay, the late game had the snow, right?
First game had the snow.
First game.
Yeah.
Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's nothing in the first half, and then the snow comes down. And then they digitally enhance the field so we know where the yard markers are. And
it was taking people's heads off.
The yardage.
It was taking people's heads off.
And I'm like, get that off.
Couldn't agree more.
Get it off.
Too much tech.
Way too much tech.
They just like to show off sometimes. They have such a
This is
sick
such a thing.
broadcast. They're like, let's show off.
I want to feel what people are feeling in the stands.
Yeah, they can't see what's going on.
You should open your
without
window and
freezing my ass off.
Okay.
Get the leaf
But if-
blowers out
if-
on the
if-
lines and
if
let's go.
60,000 people don't know what yardage the ball is. I'm okay not knowing either.
Because to be honest, the players on the field are challenged
They
with
don't
that
know.
too. That's part of the story.
I hope they never do that again.
Too much stuff.
Nah, listen, football broadcasts are truly unbelievable, and the money that's spent on them, they look so good. And it's just like, that was one where completely unnecessary.
The Fox glow puck there, which I've recently learned you loved.
I didn't love it, but I just thought it was a cool innovation at the time. It'd be cool if they did something like that on an alternate broadcast now.
All the next gen games should have it.
Yeah, but Tom Brady's gotten a lot better at being a broadcaster. Anyways, that's football talk.
That's great.
Wanna hit a
He's
break?
having some success.
He's finally figured out something he's good at.
Okay, let's take a break here, catch our breath, and when we return, we go around the NHL. Plenty to talk about, including Patrick Waugh.
Ooh.
If I didn't like him as much as I do now, I'll tell you that.
All right.
And I'll tell you why after the break. Also, Willie Nylander. Yeah, we're gonna do this again. It's
Good.
not Leaf Edition, but we're gonna do it again because
It's Willie.
Willie flipped the bird, and I'm sure a lot of people across the country are having a good chuckle
Yeah, we're going to treat it like he stabbed a hitchhiker next.
at the Leaf expense. Don't go away. You're not going to want to miss it as we go around the NHL when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. A reminder this hour, Real Kyper and Bourne, brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, JB, Sammy McKee. As we went to break, I mentioned Patrick Waugh. I didn't like him enough. I like him even more now because this guy gets the big picture, even when it comes to his star players. Barzal on the weekend, benched in the third period Saturday afternoon.
Their whole line. So Barzal, for a record, averages more minutes than anyone else up front, 21:02 per game. They were -1 or something like that, and they didn't play a shift. Just sat there.
Barney, you ever think of the alternative universe where Kipper's like involved with Ottawa and
Often.
and he's got their coach is Patrick Waugh, and we're sitting here trying to do crappy show without Kipper? I think about that sometimes.
In that scenario, would we have worked together first? Yeah, we'd have had a couple years
it was
together.
2 years. I think, I often think about that alternative universe.
But yeah, I'm thinking now that like Amazon and the Netflixes, like you guys are going to go on to bigger things.
Oh, come on.
I'm doing the Real Kyper and Bunkus show next year.
You are 60. You're getting up there. I don't know. You still want to do this?
Don't leave me,
You
guys.
still want to do this?
So let's listen to Patrick Waugh
Yeah.
on benching the Barzal line.
Well, first of all, I don't like to do this. I'd rather come here and just coach a game and not worry about those things. But the standard here is to win. And I hope it does because I think Barzy is a leader on this team. Unfortunately for Anders, I mean, he was on that line and sometimes you got to take it for the team. And I have nothing negative to say about him, but I do believe that if we want to give ourselves a chance to make the playoff this year, we're going to have to do those details really well.
And let's give Barzal a little credit too, because he approached it and he took it the right way as well.
Yeah.
Where he said, I got to be better and I've got responsibilities and I acknowledge them.
Okay, so just in the interest of playing devil's advocate, if we were sitting here today,
Yeah.
Sheldon Keefe had benched Mitch Marner for the whole third period of a game.
But any one of them.
You'd have been saying, you can't embarrass your star player like that. And you can't. How are you supposed to win with these guys?
You can.
And
No.
I agree.
You can.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure it's the right guy for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I think there are coaches today that are petrified to do it.
Totally.
Okay? And that's the difference between Patrick and a lot of these guys today.
He's got cachet, boys.
Is
That's what it
that
comes
that
down
guy
to.
gets it.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want about Patrick Waugh, but you can't say he's a loser. You can only say that he's a winner. That guy knows how to win.
I have come to appreciate, as I've gotten older, the attention to stuff like this, the accountability, and the impact it has on the greater group and its value. I saw it with Lou Lamoriello when he got involved with the Leafs organization. I thought he did a great job of kind of making those, hey, we don't cut corners thing, and it trickles down to the whole thing. So I think it's great, and I think that leads us to the conversation.
Speaking of which,
Oh, boy.
Willie Nylander,
I feel like we're
a
kind of.
healthy scratch yesterday in a 1:30 afternoon game.
Wasn't a healthy scratch. What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
Groin injury.
Groin injury.
Groin injury.
He's a very unhealthy scratch.
No,
What are you
I'm sorry.
talking about?
Next game, he'll
You
be
just,
a healthy,
you just wish he
he'll
was
be
a
a
healthy
healthy
game
scratch.
is
Next
healthy.
game, he'll be a healthy scratch. He was in the press box with other healthy scratches. And made an unfortunate gesture to the camera once he found out he was on TV, which included a very famous finger.
The pointer?
The pointer.
Oh, no, the other one.
What would Lou have done on a Lou Lamoriello if he did that on a Lou Lamoriello team?
Willie would have had a tragedy accidentally falling out of the press box somehow to the concourse below. We don't know what happened. No, it would have been not good. There'd have been some public shaming.
To Willie's,
suspension.
I don't credit. Is that what we call it? He acknowledged it
He immediately was like,
yesterday.
oh, I let the voices win.
yesterday. He put out an apology on his Instagram, and then he was met today by the media.
We have a clip. This is the label. The clip is labeled "Willie on his bird flip."
Yeah, first off, I just want to apologize for my actions yesterday. It was out of frustration, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
What were you frustrated about?
Yeah, just not playing and want to be out there with the guys, and yeah, just frustrated.
I mean, he's not frustrated. That's not what that is. That's not frustration. That's quit filming me in the press box. Last time I got in trouble because I'm wearing a tank top. The other time I got in trouble because my feet are up. Just stop filming me up here. That's what he's frustrated.
Go wherever Matthews watches the games. He's not playing.
So,
go to that part of it.
So let's get
Maybe the
something
Share Club.
straight.
I don't know. Go watch it there.
We've been showing these press box shots since
the beginning of
color television. And yet now Willie's going to decide to not have them show him.
I have completely made up that that's the reason he's frustrated, but it's not. He's not frustrated because he's not out there.
He was smiling.
He
was smiling.
That's my take, is that he's like,
sure
just
about that?
get the camera off me.
So then come totally clean. Don't go to the frustration card.
Well, at least it makes it look like
it's embarrassing to go, oh, I was frustrated. You're exactly right. You're 100% right. That wasn't frustration. But just apologize. It was really stupid.
Yeah.
And end it there.
Yeah. I mean, he flipped the bird.
You guys want a real yelling match about it?
Well,
try the first hour.
I honestly,
there's no yelling matter.
I honestly feel doing this in the national hour, I'm like, don't show them how we live.
It's no big deal. We barely talked about it.
Don't show them how we live.
Don't peel the curtains back.
No.
Please.
Behind the scenes, hour one.
I don't want to do my manifesto in the national hour.
Oh,
No.
That's really embarrassing.
We're just, it's just, sometimes we could just get a little crazy. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Let's do you want to do Rust, Bouchard? We got Stone getting blown out. We got
what do we
Arneal.
think of the hit on?
Gamut.
This is the Brock Besser, the little pinball to the net play.
Yep. So I did the game last night with Anadua. We were covering this and watching the Canucks.
Hold on, you came in last night?
Oh yeah, sure did.
Really?
In Snowmageddon?
Yeah.
Come on.
I was like, yeah. It was tough. We made it.
Just take a snowmobile to work?
I do have a 4-wheel drive vehicle that was in snow mode.
All those the viral videos of the people cross-country skiing, that was just Bourne coming to work.
But I was there. The Canucks
at least
were
had
mounting
a
a
controversial hit to talk about.
That's right. And Besser, as he's trying to tie the game up in the crease in the dying moments, blindside, Rust from the front, Raquel with a forearm shiver to the back. Just a tough combo. We got a quote here from Adam Foote, the coach, talking about it.
Adam
Foote clip.
I don't have an update yet, but I just looked at the hit, and it was a pretty. There was a headshot. It was shoulder in his head. I'm sure the league will look at it because it was. Even though he may have been desperate to get Best down because it was a scrum at the net, I still think it was something that you got to be in control of your body. I thought it was a little bit of vicious hit to the head.
Besser
Vicious?
is already on IR.
Vicious?
Dangerous.
It was quick, though. It was bang, bang.
And it was the type of dangerous where it's actually worse, where you just get that little knock to the jaw and it jars you like that. That's
A game.
Game or two?
Game or two.
yeah. Guy with no history, at least a game for me.
What's it really do?
Maybe
Right.
2 then. I don't know. If it was 20, it would do something. So there's a number in there.
No,
where it
but
does
for
something.
Vancouver and Brock,
Well, that's
it's just, give them 10, give them
But I
7, give
heard
them
Foote
nothing. What good's it going to do me?
Foote sounded really disheartened. Just like, I got no horses. Now I'm out without Besser. They put someone else on IR too. Boom.
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 Costco guys.
What do you do about Marner?
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
You know, if Bobby McMahon did that, he would never play professional hockey.
Oh
again.
my God, with this.
Anyways.
I'm not going there.
Adam Foote
I refuse to go there.
It's almost impossible to judge this guy as a coach. He's just got no horses right now.
Okay, Vegas. They go to Toronto, look like all world,
Emotional letdown, would you say?
and then
against
they go to
the
Ottawa and look like, I don't know, a junior team.
Let Stone tell us.
Stone's clip.
Well, it's 2 out of 3 we've done this, right? In Boston, we found a way to get some energy and get back in the game. Tonight was, they're all over us. It looked like they were throwing saucer passes across the ice. We weren't doing anything. It looked like a NHL team versus a junior team. It just wasn't, it wasn't what we are. So I'm sure there's certain things that will probably flush, but you can't just flush it. Because you can't let this be the expectation. It's not the expectation for our team. We've been through some heavy playoff runs. We've been through a lot of adversity, and we never roll over and die. So we're going to have to learn from it and be ready to go for Tuesday night.
Fun fact, Vegas Golden Knights have never lost by 7 goals. Never.
Big Stone fan.
I'm embarrassed to say that I thought that like he should maybe be on the Olympic team, that he should be one of the guys that jumps off, and then watching him on Friday night, I'm like, oh no, he's their best.
That's
player.
the one.
He's that guy. Yeah, like that guy. Have him on the team, please.
You know,
14 games.
That guy doesn't need to score 100 points to be a star. He can still do it at 65 or 70 points.
His 14-game heater continues to blaze, as from Luke Fox's piece. 3-point showing on Friday night. 33-year-old has 20 goals, 52 points, has a league at least a point in 31 of 34 games, and has his active point streak is a franchise record. So just on fire, cooking.
And to Kipper's point, like if he were Ryan O'Reilly statistically or something, he would still be elite. You know, he does everything well. And I know it's funny because there's some guys when they like over celebrate goals, we're like, all right, act like you've been there. Like Stone loves it, just loves to score a hockey goal.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome.
It was a great goal. He scored to put it away against the Leafs. Huge Sally in front of the Leafs bench. Cares.
Yeah, cares. That's a big one.
Cares.
Good old.
Why did Ottawa trade him again? Huh? Why did Ottawa trade him again?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling a name out. Brandstrom?
No.
Oh yeah,
Brand-
from Vegas.
Who?
No. For what though?
Yeah.
But what did they get back?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Brandstrom.
Let me see if they have anything.
And I'm
to show
sure
for that.
picks.
Hold on.
Oscar Lindbergh.
Oscar Lindbergh.
And a 22nd round pick.
Yeah. So what's traded from Ottawa with Tobias Lindbergh for Oscar Lindbergh, Eric Brandstrom, and a second-round pick that turned into Igor Sokolov.
If I was a Sens fan, I had to listen.
Yikes. Yikes.
Creepy crawlies.
Nailed it.
Yikes.
What?
Where do you guys have Ottawa? A big win against Vegas, I get, but like
2 points behind the Leafs.
Are they done?
No.
They're 7 points out of playoffs.
You don't think they're done?
I don't think they're done either.
Well, if we say the Leafs are done,
I think that loss to Nashville up 3-0 to me was just an absolute sinker.
Above them, the Devils are minus 21 goal diff. Columbus minus 11. Below them, the Rangers minus 23. They're even. 0.
So if you're Ottawa or Toronto or Florida, like it's Boston that you're going to beat out. It's not Buffalo, is it?
No, but I mean Montreal's 4 points up on
Montreal,
Florida.
Montreal or Buffalo?
Buffalo, Florida, Montreal. There's 3 teams there. I think Detroit's played themselves out of that pack pretty handily. So it's Buffalo, Montreal, Boston that you're hoping stumble.
And who's stumbling?
Of that group? Not Montreal. Buffalo and Boston. Buffalo this good? I think they might be. I think Buffalo might be this good. It might just be Boston.
They're going to get run into the barn.
I know tomorrow on our show we got Rob Ray, right?
Yeah. I got to check in with him, but he said he'd do it, so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Get ready to eat some humble pie. He's just going to give it to us.
Really?
Or you, especially you, Sammy.
What?
Because you're the Leaf fan.
He doesn't even know who I am.
We're neutral.
He doesn't know who I am.
JB and I are neutral, man. You're the Leaf guy.
You guys do the interviews. He doesn't even know who I am.
It's payback time.
No. Listen, I've never really been that hard on the Sabres. I've always looked at the Sabres as a sympathetic figure. It's not like the Sens. I make fun of the Sens every day, but the Sabres, I'm like.
Can we really just go like Kevin Adams was the problem?
Oh my God.
No.
It's ridiculous to think that.
But it's got to be so bad for him.
Coincidental.
So disheartening for him to be like, guys,
look at it.
That's the team I built.
That sucks.
That's a tough bounce.
But perception's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can go around, get another job, and go, look what I built.
Totally. And so he
Right?
needs them to have success. Like I'm sure he's fully rooting for him.
Did you want to listen to Scott Arniel after the Jets got starched by the Red Wings?
The Jets were kind of climbing back in it for a minute there. 5-3
This is just so depressing for Canada.
Wow. I mean, what else?
Okay, go.
This clip is pretty. Scott Arniel's clip, please. There, Derek.
That game didn't turn. That was one of the most embarrassing games for me in the last month. All of us. That was an embarrassing game. We were looking for a pond hockey, don't get hit, don't hit anybody. Just play an easy, soft game, and that's pretty much what we did for 2 periods, and then it exploded in the 3rd period.
And how do you get that out of your game at this point of the year?
We're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our lives, and we go out and lay that egg. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. That just, it was the last game of this sort of homestand, and you know what? We're heading out on the road for some real tough buildings, 4 tough buildings. That was 2 points that we needed badly, and not good enough.
So can they follow what Boston did and do that
year over year
retool?
Yeah, maybe. I feel
Devils,
some sympathy.
Lightning, Panthers, Stars is what he's talking about with 4 tough buildings.
Yeah. I feel some sympathy for these teams who right now, where we're, their coaches are saying it, we're saying it, we're going, God, how do they lay that egg? How do they not have more effort?
Because they played 100 games.
Well, you're just so ragged. Like if I'm holding a chin-up bar over the edge of a cliff, the stakes are high. Yeah. At some point, I can't hold on anymore.
It's a great way to put it.
There's only so long you can give your best for, and your body just won't do it. And you're watching some of these games going, God, they just don't have it. The legs aren't there. You can't muster up that energy every night. They're playing so much hockey right now.
So how many sellers out there now? 10?
Numbers going up.
Numbers going up.
It depends with the Leaf sellers.
Yep.
Not today they are.
Not yet?
No, not today. Guaranteed not today. Calgary,
how about the
Vancouver.
St. Louis Blues having their big names in the conversations? You got Robert Thomas out there. You got Kyper out there. Are they really going to move those guys?
From a Leafs perspective, that's what absolutely kills me about the deadline last year is if you had assets, Robert Thomas is exactly what this team needs. Like that, like a real young two-way star center that would come here and flourish. And it's just like, wow.
Could have taken both your first.
Would you like Magic Beans and the 2028 first and Danford? It's like that is the exact guy. Anyways, sorry to bring Leafs into it, but
Alex Steen's taking over for Doug Armstrong as the general manager next
Doug
season.
Armstrong taking over in Toronto
next season.
Is Doug still there as like a president, El Presidente?
That's the idea that we have. Yeah. But he could put himself out there to maybe move on too.
Oh, I hear what you're doing.
No, I'm not doing anything.
I know you're not.
Because what I'm doing is, what kind of team is he going to leave Alex Steen?
Right. Oh, you're thinking he might be like, hey,
this trade deadline, does he get, like, you just mentioned all the names that are out there.
Well, if he trades those guys, he's leaving them with assets, just rebuilding ones, not current stars. That'll be interesting to see which direction they go.
And Doug Armstrong.
Yeah. That's
what direction he goes.
That's an interesting name.
He's top 2-3 names for me in the NHL as a
but
GM.
Wins the gold medal. He's number 1.
As Julien Breeze was doing pretty good last decade.
Billy Zito. I'll trade them all. He's pretty good too. I don't care. I'll sign him. I'll trade him. I'm Billy Zito. I'll do it all.
Can't really knock what Vegas has been doing.
No, McCrimmon's decent.
Yeah.
He's in the conversation.
You know what I like about that? Get the best guy. Just always get the best guy. Yep. Really not that complicated.
Our thanks to Rob Brown
joining
us. Analyst for Ched, covering the Edmonton Oilers. How many games tonight, Sammy?
4 in my beer league. I just can't get a skate together.
Did you?
So it's not happening.
I'm so happy, the last 2 hours you had nothing better to do than book a game, work on a beer league game.
I'm a wonderful multitasker.
Yeah, jerseys. That's all that we need to say.
Okay, it's off.
Okay. Our thanks to Zsa Gabor.
Yep.
All right. Enjoy one of your 4 games. And tomorrow night gets a little crazier. So join us on our show tomorrow. It's the Real Kyper and Bourne Show.